Ah, we are live. Hey, everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. How you doing, David, Bassman, Her Ladyship, and Basswoman? Now, Bassman won't actually be here for about another 15 minutes, as we can see. So, because I have a show and tell I do. In fact, I have a couple now that I think about it. But I shall, and indeed, we'll do word of the day when he gets here. So all of this can wait. In the meantime, excuse me, I want to scratch my noggin. Oh, itchy, itchy, itchy. I don't know why it's itchy, but it is. Now, we all know the drill, peeps. Fuck yeah. Batsman has arrived. Oh, wait, I need to put the link up for both of you. Deary me. Deary, deary me. The the coffee must have kicked in to wake me up to the fact I hadn't put the link up, eh? There we go. I'll just wait till I have the relevant people up on the screen. Boom, there's Bassman. How you doing?
Hello, Your Grace. How are you?
Good, thanks, man. I have things to show. I do.
I heard.
Uh,
Let's see. Well,
Hello.
David. Hello,
hey, how
David.
you doing? Now, first things first. I'll just pop this here. Actually, you know how we were talking about lava
Oh,
yesterday?
yeah. Yeah.
That you see before you right there is lava or dried lava.
Hey, put you on solo so we can see better, please.
Okay, sure, man. Give me a moment. Boom.
There you go.
Now, it's got another mineral inside it. That's the green stuff. I can't remember what the mineral's called, but you can see all the different layers on
You
the.
need to focus a bit. That's it.
In fact, why don't I? Bit of focus. There we go.
There.
So you can see all the different layers as it's gone through its cooling process.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is cool.
And there's the. That's actually you can even see. How much do you know about rocks, mate?
Oh, I know they're hard.
I was to say that.
Okay. Do you know about the different types of rocks?
Yeah, there's granite and
No, more igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary.
okay.
Okay, here we go. Igneous rocks are basically made from lava that is dried.
Oh.
And they become. Granite is an igneous rock, for example. And you can see that that's starting here. That's not, don't know if that's granite, but ultimately you can see it's got that, that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean that's what I said granite because that's what it looked like.
So yeah, now I'm not sure if there's certain parts of the process that need to occur for that to get into it, but you get the idea.
I would
But
imagine
yeah,
so. That's lava.
there you go.
Oh,
This is
shit.
another interesting angle to look at it from, actually, because you can see different colors even as the lavas come down at different points and stuff.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
So yeah. So we gotta show you guys that. I thought you'd like that.
So
Yeah.
where did it actually come from?
I got that via my mother, but um, via my auntie Doris, who was a very keen geologist.
Oh, wow.
Hang on a moment. Let's see if I can find very quickly because I think it's actually out on open display. Give me a moment. Here we go. Here we go. while we're doing this sort of caper, I'll throw down a couple of other nice ones for you, and then just something a bit random. Now this is, I probably should go back onto solo for a bit. Yeah, now this is actually a cast of a fossil, but as you can see, it's a full shell. It's a clam.
That's fossilized. Man, that is cool. Is it a cast or is it actually a fossil?
It's a cast of the fossil.
Okay, okay.
Now, this, however, is a bit different again. Scope this out and zoom in on this one.
Huh. What in the world?
Look at that shit.
Wow.
Lots and lots of fossilized shells, guys.
Look at that.
We don't have to against age or anything.
What are they that's on there?
We look at
I'll be perfectly straight with you. I don't know, but there's lots of them. And yeah, now finally, the last thing is not a fossil. This, zooming out, there we go, is a whale tooth.
Oh, shit.
Years ago, Australia had a whaling industry.
So we don't.
Not even that many years ago, like in my lifetime.
Right.
My sister and her boyfriend of the time went to Perth. On the way back, dropped into the whaling station at Albany. Well, I don't know if that's why they went there, but they dropped in at Albany. They got this from the whaling station. That is a whale tooth.
That is amazing.
And I got that one. Obviously, I acquired it quite legally at the time. And by virtue of the fact that you're just not going to get that sort of thing again, to me, it makes it pretty cool. So that's some of my rock stuff and a whale tooth.
Okay, I'm ignorant to the subject. What do you mean you got it legally? You can't own whale teeth?
I think that there is.
Oh, no, I can own it. But of course, whaling doesn't happen anymore in Australia. So, and as such, whaling is an illegal activity.
Oh, yeah.
Well, for most nations anyway. In Australia, we don't do whaling. That's the bottom line here.
Yeah.
It falls broadly into the same category, I guess, as ivory, if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah. And that's really cool.
But there you go. On the topic of ivory, do you know which animal is most closely related to elephants? And when I tell you, you'll probably be surprised.
Walrus?
That's all I'm going to say.
The manatee.
Oh,
Oh,
sure.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently.
Your phone broke up really bad. What was that?
Oh.
I had some stuff arrive yesterday as well.
Oh, yeah? What you got?
What I got is
Yeah, it is. And unfortunately, our company doesn't.
this is braided hose.
That's unfortunate.
Oh.
So if I want,
Touch it with
when it comes to radiator stuff, where the hose is, I could
Wow.
carefully remove the hose and put this in instead,
Yep.
making it look a wee bit more swish. The other two things I got, excuse me, itchy ear, these fundamentally they're the same thing, just one slightly wider. Two cables. I've got 0.65 here and 0.8 there. And I think for most purposes, the 0.65 is probably the GO. But yeah, they arrived yesterday, so I'll be able to put them to use
Nice.
on on the Merc.
That is cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy for that. So yes, there you go.
Nice.
Now let's get back to this painting, shall we? In the meantime.
So, you know the Dukes of Hazzard Roscoe police
Yep.
car auction I
Yep.
won. So it arrived today.
Oh, nice.
Well, I am highly disappointed.
Oh, really?
Well, when I opened it, the guy on the listing didn't say that he had assembled parts of it. He's got the seat
Yeah, thanks for that.
assembled and everything, got the screws and everything. Assembled the engine. And man, I tell you what, I mean, look inside the
Yeah, you
box.
need to know that in advance, you know?
Look at that bullshit.
It's like in... Hasn't it occurred to him just to denies you the option of personalizing it?
Well, I sent him nicely after I done some research and made sure that in the description it said nothing about being partially assembled,
Yeah.
opened, or anything, and it did not. Even
Well, that's
my
a bit
son
rough.
read it to make sure I didn't overlook anything. And so I filed a refund through eBay and sent him a nicely worded message. And within 10 minutes, I was refunded my money. He told me not to worry about. He told me not to worry about sending it back, to keep it.
Oh, that's
And that
nice of him, at least.
Yeah. And he was very sorry that he didn't know that it had been assembled, that it was an item that he put up for auction.
Well,
And I was like, man, what did you open it up and look? You know?
yeah, that's very decent of him.
The decals weren't in it, so I've had to order the decals from another supplier on eBay that I luckily found them. But fortunately, all the pieces are there. I just assembled the interior and the engine to, do my stuff to it. But
Well, here we go. Now it's coming together on the color front.
So it's been a beautiful day here in North Carolina. How's the weather been?
It's pretty nice here. Nice enough that I've got the front door wide open. And we'll probably do so for most of the day.
Cool.
Or at least most of the day when I'm home.
It's been cold. When we got it all cold here, it's been maximum was 6 degrees C. It was sort of dry till about 4 o'clock. Just as I got back from the computer course, they just emptied down. We got a storm coming that through to overnight and tomorrow. And then we snow up on the Welsh mountains. So, so I'm staying. Hello, Robbie.
Hello, Robbie.
Oh, hey, Robbie, how are you doing?
But yeah, that was kind of a letdown on this. So as I picked the box up off the porch, and I heard it rattling around in there, I knew something wasn't right.
Hearing things rattle around at any given time is really a good outcome.
Yeah, with anything, you're absolutely right.
Here's a yes, probably wise to get that checked out. Rattling maneuver. Years ago, when I was throwing papers, I'd taken some nuts and berries with me so I could have a mung out while I was driving if I got hungry, because I frequently did. And I noticed that when I bit down on almonds, sometimes my teeth would rattle a bit.
Oh shit!
And I thought to myself, that doesn't seem right. I better go see the dentist. Now, fortunately, I have health insurance. So I knew it wasn't going to cost me much, and the argument was pretty clear of, so why the fuck aren't you doing that? Boom. A quick update on the color on this side is looking I'm going to slightly adjust that. I was always going to give it another coat anyway, but that's a much nicer one again than that. Look at that.
Oh yeah, yeah, it is nicer.
That's the color I want.
Did you get your clear worked out on yours, David?
Not yet. It's because I haven't been here during the day, and it's got so cold tonight. I was pretty cold, but I've left it. I'll tomorrow. I'm not going anywhere, so I got to search around for. I got a tub of car wax somewhere, so
Okay.
so I get dig those out and have a try with that.
Cool. Yeah, the what were we talking about before? Weather, wasn't it?
About berries and nuts on your paper out.
That's it. Yeah, anyway, I went to the dentist as I should, and yes, 7 fillings later.
Girl.
And she sent me to the periodontist, like to get my teeth fully cleaned and scraped and shit. That's something that happens regularly now. Apparently, you should regularly see a periodontist if you can. Note that's an if you can, because of course it does require either health insurance or money in it.
Everything.
Not everyone has that. That's a reality, you know.
Yep. Ridiculous.
And in fact, in Australia, which has a public health system, even then, dental isn't covered, which I think is stupid.
I can.
But hey, I'm just a bald man. What would I know? I got that line, or the what would I know, as you can gather from the way I just toned that from Stewie.
Stewie. Yep.
And there's a scene where he's they've got a babysitter for him, and he's got the hots for her.
That was
And when it transpires that she's got a boyfriend, he manages to, as to how any of this happens, just he's Stewie, we leave that there. And he gets to the guy's home, ambushes him, fully decks him with a tire iron, before throwing him to the boot and just Brian's car and just locking it. But the big line after he's wailed on the guy with the tire iron is, there, I believe that's how you use a tire iron, but what would I know? I'm just a baby. Yeah.
Good stuff, man. You get some of these Sharpie metallic. Oh, it's not happy, Rob?
Oh, they are totally, man. You'll never take me alive.
Hide. Get under the couch.
Here's a moment I trotted out. You'll never take me alive, and I actually did too. Me and some other people, went to who I didn't work with at the time, but came to. That's a whole nother story. But we went and did paintball, and
paintball.
Yeah.
How was that?
Oh, it was cool. And anyway, at one stage, because there's 2 guys who ran it, basically the drill was because they had this like little permapine fort set up, and we had to defend it, and they would attack, and da da da. And of course, we had no hope. You had no hope because they knew exactly what they were doing. They knew exactly what they would have known where every bloody tree was. Anyway, I was in the tower, and the big problem I was encountering more than anything else on with the paintball was that I found the mask would mist up. And anyway, at one stage, I
messed up.
Missed it.
Messed
Yeah,
up
yeah.
on you. Yeah, I got a story about that for you in a minute too.
Anyway, as it was doing so, I'm in the tower and I can't see shit. I straight out cannot see anything. I'm not going to be able to do anything useful there, sort of a deal. And I figured, well, at least I'm going to go down in a ball of flames. I stood atop the tower and just started chugging rounds out randomly, bellowing, "You'll never take me alive!"
So we went playing airsoft 2 years ago,
Oh yeah.
and last one had a problem with her mask doing the same thing.
Oh yeah.
The ones they give you, aren't that good, but they do service protection.
Yeah.
Our son, he had the whole military deck out. He had the
Oh wow.
the chest plate. What do you call them? Damn it, what do you call them? He had the full complete headgear with the night vision goggles. He had all matching camo, boots, gloves.
You'd love that.
He had the vest with the armor plate in the front and back. And a lot of guys actually dressed up like in full military gear.
Ha.
And they had trenches for you to get into, and you had to defend.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. It's like an hour and 20 minutes away from where we live at. It's a little bit of a drive, but they
Yeah.
got a nice big sheltered area with tables you can sit underneath.
Such things are generally not that conveniently positioned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These are
Well, out there in the woods now, you had to go down this long dirt path, and they had a nice
yeah.
building set up where you can go inside and, rent the equipment and purchase.
Alrighty. Oh, there we go. Just a bit more of a dash there. Boom. Now there's the color. Boom.
There you go.
Much nicer. And breathe. Now,
What red are you doing for the interior?
same one.
Okay.
I'm going to go for a universal that use that as the red sort of a thing.
Gotcha.
I'll have to redo a few bits because that's not the same red now. Because, as you know, I've changed that slightly to get what I think is actually a bit nicer color anyway.
It is.
And it'll look good once it's fully varnished up and everything. Ha! Here we go. In fact, I believe the correct term for what I'll be doing to it. You've seen Pulp Fiction, haven't you?
No, I have not. No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. You wouldn't understand the reference. Long and the short of it, Samuel L. Jackson plays a hitman, and one stage at the end of the movie, and this I can tell you this one without killing the movie for you. he decides he's going to give up being a hitman and just walk the earth like Kane in Kung Fu.
Oh shit!
And just have adventures until God knows where to put him. He gets very philosophical about it all, and John Travolta's character, seeks more information on what do you mean by walk the earth. Well, just go and have adventures. And this is the relevant point. Just go and have adventures and shit. And shit. What precisely does and shit entail? Does he mean merely defecate as he goes along the way? More information is required here.
Tell you what, that Kung Fu was actually a really good program.
Yeah, you should.
A fun fact about Kung Fu, and you may already be aware of this one. The TV series was originally conceived by Bruce Lee.
Oh, wow.
And he had envisioned himself as doing the lead role.
Wow.
As you would. I mean, that's fair. He'd acted in the TV series The Green Hornet, I think it was. And as Kato. But at the end of the day, he didn't get to do the role of Kane in Kung Fu because, get ready for this one, he looked too Chinese. Now, that'll tell you a lot about a whole stack of shit. You know what I mean?
Yep. Who was the actor?
Somebody who's supposed to be Chinese look too fucking Chinese.
Yeah, how's that work?
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
that's like looking too Australian or too American.
Yeah, well, that's it. I remember
Hell.
A friend and I were watching an American or a Western made in probably I'd say the 50s maybe, and all the Indians were pretty clearly white guys with makeup.
Yeah.
And the conclusion we reached that these were clearly very American Indians. Yeah. I have seen a clip. It was, how you get those Watch Mojo things on YouTube?
Yeah.
I sometimes don't mind watching them. Sometimes, depending what it's about and stuff like that.
Right.
And one of them that I saw was some of the worst casting decisions in history. And there was two that actually involved John Wayne.
Oh, John Wayne.
Yeah, one they had somebody cast him as Genghis Khan.
Oh shit.
And they showed him done up in relevant attire, and he's talking like this.
What the fuck?
You think, no. And yeah, whoever made that decision clearly had no idea. The other one is a movie called The Greatest Story Ever Told. It's a bit of a biblical deal. And at one stage, he's cast as a Roman centurion. A ludicrous postulation on its own. We'll leave that one there. But the big corker comes in at the end of the movie when he's standing at the bottom of the crucifix, and I'll do my best impersonation. For surely this man is the Son of God. So much Wrong there.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, there have been some quite corkingly bad
I can imagine.
castings in their time. I didn't mind Troy as a movie, and whilst Brad Pitt's a fine actor, I don't think casting a dude who looked a bit too.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, he's not a warrior.
No. No, he played in what was one of those medieval movies Brad Pitt played in? Where he was dressed up like a Roman guard or something.
That's Troy.
Troy. There you go. Yeah. I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah, that's the one. He's a fine actor, but that is not the role for him. Straight out.
No, matter of fact, I think me and Bassman we talked about that one.
I'll tell you what, who
Needed money.
I'd have amended the casting a little bit. I would have thought the person to play Achilles, so that was the role he was in, I'd have gone for Sean Bean. He looks like he's been hammered a few times. And he plays the brooding warrior well. And in the role of, which of course then takes him out of the role of Odysseus. But I don't know if you've ever heard of a guy named James Purefoy.
No.
He's a really good actor. He played, whilst this is a TV series you haven't seen, Mark Antony in a TV series called Rome. There was a TV series that HBO put out before Game of Thrones. They pretty much canned Rome to make Game of Thrones. And the reason they canned Rome was because it was too expensive. And yeah, basically it was the reason. It just wasn't a cost-effective option for them.
Oh.
Money talks, bullshit walks. You know.
That's like having Keanu Reeves play in Interview with a Vampire. I didn't like that.
There are certain roles people just shouldn't.
Yeah. He was killer in all the John Wick movies. I mean, they were great. But Interview with a Vampire or whatever the Dracula movie was he played in, that just...
He was actually in Dracula. I'm making a Bram Stoker's Dracula.
They just...
He was a good guy. Gary Oldman, I think it was, played Vlad, as in Vlad the Impaler.
That's like Hugh Jackman that just come out with this new movie where he's a singer and dancing. I mean, everybody knows Hugh Jackman. That's Wolverine. You know what I'm saying?
He's actually very good at singing and dancing.
Yeah, Bassman told me that he actually started out.
Yeah.
On Broadway.
There's a movie he's done.
He's going back to his roots. That's not Hugh Jackman.
But I actually recommend that would probably give you a different take on his abilities in that area.
That's like putting a tutu on Bruce Lee and having him get there and sing.
Well, he actually, I believe, was trained in that capacity. All bullshit aside.
Man. Well, true. I mean, I understand. That's true. I get that, but man.
But if you want to see, I was going to say, a really good example of Hugh Jackman doing his singing thing.
Who?
There's a movie called The Greatest Showman. It's about P.T. Barnum.
The Greatest Showman. Huh.
And it's a very good movie. It's got a good story to it.
That's what I said about one where he's in the circus. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Is that Michael Crawford played the lead role in that, or is that a different film?
No, Michael Crawford's not in that. But he's another one who went. Here's one for you, Bassman. Michael Crawford, who most people know as the Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
like he made that his role sort of a thing, first came to my notice and to a lot of people's attention in a comedy show called Some Mothers Do Have 'Em, where he played this rather stupid, in fact, is the kind word for it, character named Frank Spencer, and his wife Betty, who long suffering. I mean, yeah, and basically the stupid things he would do and how it would all pan out. It was quite a successful series. He did all right for himself with it.
Did he got his own stunts?
His big thing. Did he do his own stunts on that?
Hmm.
Oh God, some of the stuff he did. Dearie me. You got to realize, Bassman, the character Frank Spencer was utterly stupid. And indeed, when we're talking about stupidity levels, we're talking Homer.
Oh my God.
And Michael Crawford, as David has just mentioned, would do all his own stunts doing that sort of shit, but in flesh and blood. So you got to be going, brave man. But yeah, the thing that actually made him internationally famous, though, was playing Phantom of the Opera. So there you go.
Yeah, that's one I've never seen either.
I haven't seen Phantom of the Opera. When I found out that's who was behind it, and I said, "Oh yes, Michael Crawford playing." What? We're talking about Frank Spencer now? I was going, what? But yeah.
Yeah. Damn, that's funny.
But he's got a great voice.
No, just a second. So this is kind of weird. This is a chassis for the 65 GTO, and this is a chassis for a 57 Chevy Nomad. They are fucking identical.
Wow.
That is so weird. One's a Pontiac, one's a Chevrolet, but the chassis are identical.
It says something about the how that design is, if you follow me.
Well, in actuality, back in the day, back in the 80s and early 90s, Pontiac Chevrolet, you could interchange a lot of their parts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the wheels would fit off of them, the brakes would fit on them. Certain engine parts would swap out.
You can do that with there used to be a car that was produced over here called a Chevy Nova. Not a Chevy Nova, Holden Nova. Sorry?
Yeah, we had a
Chevy
Nova.
Nova is a very different kettle of fish. The
hot rod.
The Holden Nova is just a little 4-cylinder pickup. And the point being that you could interchange parts from the Holden Nova with a Toyota Corolla of the same year.
It's a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, no, that's a Holden Nova.
A Holden Nova, but still, I mean.
But yeah, completely different manufacturers.
Exactly.
But it worked because what it is there is that, of course, these days, and you'd have noticed this yourself, there's a lot of, whilst there's still, of course, a lot of different car brands and manufacturers, there's still a pretty big generic sort of a thing to what's happening with car design. It's all becoming much of a muchness. Now, some of that, I would suggest, is because the certainly in Europe with European cars, European car manufacturers under EU
Oh. Went off, and David, go find him.
Yeah.
Rob, where you at? Come back, Rob. We miss you. Come back.
Yeah, anyway, under EU regulations, apparently, all car manufacturers are required to produce a certain type of car, or aside from all their, say, for example, if you're looking at Maserati, yes, they produce sports cars, but they are required to produce a
Man,
Range
you drove
Rover
a
sports
Maserati.
car.
You should have got one.
And that's why you now get Maserati four-wheel drives, something I view as inherently wrong.
Four-wheel drive Maserati. What?
Yeah, mate, seen them. I don't know if it's four-wheel drive, but it's certainly one of those big RV sort of styles. And that's because of an EU requirement that European car manufacturers all produce at least one of these sorts of vehicle.
Holy still.
Which is, to me, that's a bit stupid.
Mm.
But hey, whatever.
Like straight bananas.
A straight banana.
Yeah, that was one of the stupid things that came out, and the joke on there online, because that's why UK left Euro, partly because of the stupidity of the lawmakers.
Yeah, that was one of the big. There's a actually there's a great thing in one of.
Thank you, buddy.
If it's Yes Minister or Yes Prime Minister. It's one of them, obviously. But basically, I can't remember what triggers the explanation from Humphrey. Humphrey, by the way, for you, Bassman, is the head of the department that the minister leads.
Okay.
And he's pretty much been in the position for years because this is how the civil service works in the UK. Whereas the minister is, of course, a politician who's there for as long as his party is in office. Now, how this all rolled, the big line is, because Humphrey says something that causes, that I ask, so why did we go into Europe then? As far as into the European Union, which at that stage of recording was known as the EEC. There's a blast from the past for David. Anyway, he said, "Oh, easy. It was to break up the entire system." He said, "What? How ridiculous!" He said, "No. You've got to understand. For the past," he goes on and explains that. Look, for the past however many 100 years, British foreign policy has been centered around the aim of creating a disunited Europe. And the minister said, "What? How do you think of that?" He said, "Well, think about it. Over the course of that time, we've gone to war with the Germans against and basically outlines all the different wars that Britain has taken part in Europe. You know, with the French against the Spanish against, list it all out." He's there. And then once he's outlined that this is a lot clear, historically, this has clearly been the foreign policy, he then finishes up with, "We couldn't break the European Union apart from the outside, so we had to get inside." Now it's just like old times. The Foreign Office couldn't be happier. Yep.
What? you go.
Yeah. And the other great line out of that scene, I think it's from that particular scene, is because after hearing all that, the minister sort of leans back and goes, "What appalling cynicism!" Response: "Yes, we call it diplomacy."
Diplomacy.
Yep. That's pretty much how it rolls. Yes. Yes. In fact, you got to say, in fact, I can say this because I studied it. That was my main field in politics. Once you've done the initial Politics 1 course, you then sort of break into what's called either domestic or international politics. Domestic being obviously politics within the nation, international between nations. I did international.
Good.
And most diplomacy is pretty fucking cynical. It's all about trading off and who's siding with who and why that is, who gets what from it. There's the big one, who gets what. Yes. The one thing I did learn from studying politics was the merits of cynicism. Although there was one thing I didn't learn out of politics that got explained to me, because I was actually in a political party for a little while.
What?
I was in the Australian Labor Party, which would be the equivalent of the Democrats for a few years. I was doing all right with that too. But yeah, anyway, point being,
Damn it, man.
that the yeah, it was before I realised that you could have the best policies in the world and that they're not going to get anywhere unless you manage to work with the factions.
Yep.
Anyway, but that was sort of pointed out to me fairly early on by the guy who actually got me into the whole party. And the line is, do you know what drives politics? When I was posed that question, I sort of thought, well, policy, stuff like that. That was the first thought that went through my mind. I said, policy? He said, no, mate, numbers. You can have the best policies in the world, unless you can get the numbers behind you, they're not going to see. It's not going to see the light of day.
I can believe that.
And that's the whole problem with with democracy. In fact, popular ideas are not necessarily the best ones, as a fact. And people play to what will get them the numbers, which is not necessarily the best outcome.
Nope.
It's a bit like, and you'd probably be aware of this one more than most, the founding fathers of the US, to my understanding, were actually not in favor of democracy. They gave the right to vote and everything, but that's where you got the college system. There's a check and balance because, well, the average punter they viewed as not being fully understanding, perhaps, what was going down or what the importance of certain votes were, you see. That way the college system could override, in effect. Of course, they don't do it generally, but can override a vote. That's my understanding. You might know your history rather better than that, but I don't know. But yes, that's the inherent failing of democracy, is that it requires people to have other people happy and popular, and that's not necessarily the yeah, you get the idea. I'll stop waffling.
Oh, listening and learning.
Here we go. All right.
So I've not heard you talk about your garden lately. How's it doing?
Oh, booming. I'm going to be putting some turmeric in later today. I'm still trying to get some garlic to seed nicely for me. I haven't had much luck with that. I will. I will work on it till I get it. Because I want to grow garlic as well. Because here's the thing.
Are you using garlic from a previous bulb, or what are you using?
Just shop bought garlic. I'm told you can do that, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
But I'm not having much luck with it, so I might do a bit of Google foo, maybe a bit of YouTube action, and then we.
The guy I watched that does clay sculpting, he grows a lot of garlic, and I was trying to remember what he said he does to get very large garlic bulbs.
Yeah,
Can't you grow them like you can like tomatoes, like hang them? They're on a vine, right?
No, they're a root vegetable.
But what he was talking about was hanging them. That once they started growing, or he grew them and they grew upside down. That might sound crazy.
Okay.
And something about how he grew it like that made really larger bulbs.
Okay. I'll have to do some inquiries on the net then.
Yeah, we'll check into that.
Would be the GO here.
Because he eats a garlic clove every day because it's really good for your body.
Wow. Be pretty bad for the breath.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he gets a little clove. He said he eats every day, and it helps the body with sickness and just
definitely
better health.
Anytime I'm feeling unwell, garlic is a bit of a go-to.
Yeah, I've just recently started eating it on a regular basis. I put it in everything.
What I often will do as well, if I'm not feeling too flash, is I'll get spicy food into me. I'm usually a fan of getting a good solid curry into me.
Yeah, I'm not going to shit out quick.
Oh, yeah. Lay down that law. After I'd had my fever the other week, the way I sorted out in the final analysis, once I was able to start eating, I knew the way to deal with that. Burn that shit out. Burn it anyway. Burn it. Burn.
It burns going in and burns coming out.
You know, I've never actually ever experienced that.
Say what?
I've never experienced that.
You know that whenever you go, defecate.
I know what you're talking about, as in the burning ring of fire. Yeah, I've never had that.
Yeah. Wow. It's actually coming out the same as your body temperature is, anywhere from 97 degrees to 104 degrees. True. Very true. That's why it burns. But as soon as it comes out, it cools rapidly. But yeah,
It burns. It burns.
that's why they say, damn, my ice is burning. Damn, something coming at your body at damn 104 degrees, it's going to burn. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Some things you go, and you look up and it's like socks, man. You know how many different uses for socks there are? For your old wore out socks?
I've never thought about it, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, you take your tube socks or ankle socks and you can cut them down and put a little round piece of cardboard in the bottom of it and put a little bow on it and set it on your bathroom sink and put your jewelry in.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
take the ankle sock, cut the heel out, hang it on a hook, and put your sunglasses in it. You can use it for an umbrella cover.
Huh.
Ain't that something?
Reuse, reuse, recycle, you reckon?
Yep.
Oh, hey, John, how you doing?
Hello, John.
No, John.
You know what the largest dog on record today was?
No.
English Mastiff. He was 366 pounds, and he was 8 feet 4 inches long from nose to
They
tail.
get real big. They get stupidly big.
A Saint Bernard was that was in 1981, I believe it was, when that English Mastiff got the record. And then I think in 1987 it was a Saint Bernard that was 363 pounds.
Jesus. Have you ever seen a breed of dog called a Cane Corso?
Kind of what?
A Cane Corso.
No, sir.
There's an Italian breed of dog, reputedly descended from the same breed that they used to use for war dogs. And they are big, ridiculously big, immensely powerful, and if they chose to get a bit aggressive, would do you a major nasty.
I can imagine.
I know that certainly the handlers of the war dogs were not unknown to lose a few fingers, and as such, you can safely gather that these dogs as well are not to be trifled with. All right, getting there now.
Well, Great Danes are the tallest. They're normally
They are.
from their head to their front feet. They're about 3.5 feet tall.
Dog horses.
Dog horses, right? And a Mancoon cat. Oh my God!
And the other thing about Great Danes is certainly based on Scooby-Doo. They're major drug pigs.
Rubber Raggy.
That's the one.
Rubber Raggy.
You know what's going on there?
Oh yeah. Shaggy was
there was an animated show called Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, and basically he was an attorney who, and it was based on the Birdman character, as you can gather, but Birdman was an attorney, and he was pretty much an attorney for all the cartoon characters. And there's an episode called Shaggy Busted, and it starts off with what would be a dash cam from a trooper having pulled over the mystery machine. And it's pretty clear from the voice that Shaggy's driving, and he tries to do a runner as far as drive off, and of course gets driven down and da 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 da. But yeah, he gets busted for possession, and yeah, Birdman has to defend him.
I'm trying to. Who was it that said I didn't know Shaggy was high all the time?
Well, they're forever
I
disappearing.
didn't know that Shaggy was high all the time. Yeah, he was a pothead.
Oh,
It was a little lady's
Ray
birthday today.
Rugby.
What?
Oh,
Oh,
Dot's birthday today.
oh wow! Well, happy birthday! To her.
She's 4 years old.
4 years
Oh,
old.
nice.
She looks clean there because seems she was sick again in her bed. She likes to nudge it out the way, hide things. So she's covered in sickness on her face. So you have to clean her up. She wasn't happy being in the bath.
I saw this YouTube short where there's this little girl with a dog, and they're both covered in mud. And you can hear the mother, because it's shot pretty much from the mother's perspective, just looking at the pair of them, saying, "Look at you! Where did it all out? What happened here? Who did this?" And the little girl points at the dog. And the dog, as she raises her arm to point at the dog's paw comes up to try and push the hand down.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
You all right?
Yeah, just gotta get a drink.
Yeah, Basswoman asked as well.
Yeah. Almost there. Yes, this thread's been a bit of a journey, but they're starting to look good now.
Purdy.
And I saw that really nice car when I was going to my doing class on Tuesday. It looks really, really good with the dark blue. And for a fleeting moment, I thought, oh, maybe I should go for a dark blue instead.
Mm.
And then I thought, no. We've been through all this angst already with the red. All that's going to happen if you go decide, I'm going to go blue, is that you're going to be going through exactly the same process in a different color. No.
This is true.
So I was smart enough to work out I could save myself quite a lot of...
What a t-shirt.
That's what I did with my GTO. Started out blue and I didn't like it, so I stripped it down and found a green I liked.
Oh, nice.
Well,
Thank
the
you.
only thing is, though, that with... it's not like I'm unhappy with the red. It was just I was suddenly quite struck with the blue, if you know what I'm saying. And I think red will work nicely for me now, particularly now I've got the exact shade I want. That's sort of like so red it's almost a chocolate, but not quite, you know what I mean? Now, one thing I will do very quickly, what I think too, is it's probably not going to be a bad idea to go into there. Just for you.
Oh, they're making season 2 of House of the Dragon starting.
Yeah, you were saying
Season 3. No, it was season 2.
season 3.
Season 3.
watching.
No. There's a new season of House of the Dragon starting in June.
Yeah, that'll be season 3.
Yeah, June 6th starts. It's been killer too, man.
Yeah.
What would this world be like if dragons truly existed?
Well, depends on a few factors. And depending on which mythology you're going with. Tolkien's dragons are utterly disturbing because they're highly intelligent, can cast magic, can generally do fire things, of course.
Yeah, just your typical large ass fire breathing dragon.
Yeah, that of its own would ruin your day. On the other hand, it would make it possible for a whole bunch of nerds who would otherwise only play Dragon's Lair to go and give it a whirl. The other thing about dragons, as far as in mythology, dearie me, is they generally come with really big magical hoards, big treasure hoards. And one of the things you can, the thing to do if you're in an adventuring game, back in the days of certainly when I was playing, was to see if you could track yourself down a dragon. The reason for that was that therefore, once you killed the dragon, that's the theory, the hoard is yours, and you're very wealthy. That was the theory. The trick, of course, is getting rid of the dragon. I guess there's other questions that come into play as well. Are the dragons tamed, like under control of someone, or are they just wild and rampant?
Well, I would probably say they would have to be like, intelligent, kind of like the ones on Game of Thrones and House of Dragons. That's what made me mention that was.
Yeah, what I mean is, are they just going to be casually flying around having a mung? In which case, that's a bit scary.
Could you imagine what life would be like there? With all these
Today's
mythological
dragon warning is brought. You'd have dragon warnings. You have to. And give good sponsorship opportunities to sort of radar developers. Today's Dragon Warning is brought to you by Dragon's Guard, the radar system of quality.
Oh,
now, you'd have the news that have reports of, whereas over here every now and again someone will get taken by a shark. Every now and again someone will get taken by dragon. Now, the only other thing I can say on that subject as well, though, is that some people do sort of have to deal with dragons. They are traditionally referred to as the mother-in-law.
damn.
You couldn't help myself for that one.
That's pretty good. Fun fact, that mosquitoes are the deadliest animal on Earth, and
Yes, I did.
humans are second.
Yes,
And that's some shit.
I did know that actually, because mosquitoes transmit a huge amount of disease,
Yeah, yeah.
and humans are just cunts.
And that attends for, like doctors, surgeries, homicides, humans killing humans, not
Yeah,
necessarily murders, but just
war zones.
yep.
In fact, there we go. In fact, straight away, consider how many have died in Gaza, in Ukraine. That's probably going to cover most animals straight away.
Yeah,
And the bigger reality,
I think
here
like
we go.
580,000 humans die a year from humans.
Yeah, there you go. Here's one for you. And this is getting a little dark and a bit political, but never mind. Given the amount of actual shark fatalities globally every year.
Oh God, yeah, it's not very many.
No. And here's the thing. And given the amount of people shot by coming out of Guatemala, not Venezuela, rather, whilst on the Caribbean by the US Coast Guard or US Navy, the US Navy is more dangerous than sharks on the seas. They certainly killed more humans.
Yeah, I believe that.
Certainly in Venezuela they have.
Yes.
Well, am I getting a bit dark? Probably.
Fuck no, man.
Yes. Now. How we doing for time? Not bad.
Oh, you're going swimming today, aren't you?
I am. That's why I'm keeping a bit of an eye, but I'm making good progress. I would like to get a lot of this. What I don't get done today, I will probably, as in on the stream today, I might just take the time to do a bit later on today, because I do have some opportunity to do so. There are things I should get into or onto, but that's okay. For the time it'll take me, and I would like to do it just to get it done,
I'm gonna do my bare metal pull
other parts of the building.
Building, really? Already?
Built almost. Well, finish the detailing, then onto the building. Is more's the point. Where's my goggles? Here's my goggles. I haven't done the word today.
No, you had what?
Now then, give me a moment.
J.
J. Ha ha ha!
Here we go.
Here we go. Jolly or jolly knob? The head. I'll lump your jolly knob for you. I'll give you a knock on the head. I'll lump your jolly knob. Ha! That's almost worth remembering.
It is.
Purely because I'll be going, you'll what? Crack! Oh. I see. Yes, you're doing that, ain't you?
Or the old favorite saying.
Jolly knob.
Rob the knob.
I know, right?
There's a Glasgow kiss.
A what?
Glasgow kiss.
Glasgow kiss.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Do you know what a Glasgow kiss is, Bassman?
Enlighten me.
It's a I've also heard it called a Liverpool kiss, headbutt. Now this comes with a marvelous phrase. I view it as a marvelous phrase. The phrase is, "Can your mother sew?"
Your what?
Can your mother sew?
And your mother say?
Yeah. Now the idea is, if the respondent says, "Well, no, actually," you say, "Oh, well, we're going to get this stitched then," and headbutt him.
Oh shit!
If the respondent says yes, you say, "Oh, well, you'll have no problem getting this stitched then."
What the shit?
Yep. It's considered a warning if the more than anything else is a phrase, as you can gather. It's not meant as a bit of a laugh. It's a bit of a, "Look, mate, I'm about to headbutt the fuck out of you if you don't back off," sort of line. I remember once headbutting this guy at work, as you do, and I gave myself a small split on my forehead, and it wasn't bad. I just had to sort of like, I found myself like touching my forehead and just licking the blood off until it stopped, sort of a thing. It wasn't worth even putting a band-aid on. And anyway, shortly after, I had to go to another bar where these guys were being dicks and say to them, "Well, look, lads, time for you to leave." But because of the layout of the bar, the only way I could get to it was actually to be behind the bar, which they took. I was trying to be so they couldn't get to me. Then when they've actually said, "Oh, I was playing hard to get, are we?" And I'm so going, "Oh, rightio." And I've come right out in front of them. And I think it was then that they realised that I was just licking some blood off my head whilst talking to them and telling them how it was going to be. And I think that totally freaked them out. But I've just
Yeah, probably a little bit.
Pardon?
I said, yeah, probably a little bit.
And I think they suddenly realised they were in water far, far deeper than they could tread. And they left. Yeah. I used to do some pretty full-on things as a bouncer.
Yeah, that would be one of the things I'll be like, time to go. Time to go.
Yeah. It's only after the fact that it sort of dawned on me, yeah, that probably would have been a bit full-on for me. But it's just also the whole bravado thing. That they exhibited, "Oh, playing hard to get, are you?" No, mate, I'm just trying to do my job, actually. But since you have asked, there we go. Well, I am going to have to cruise very shortly, but I've made good progress in this colour. And it's looking much nicer. And totally worth having done that bit of effort. I'm actually really looking forward to hitting that with some varnish. As in the side panels, that is. And in my travels today, I might even get some turtle wax. I might. I reckon I'm going to be better.
How's the car doing?
I reckon I'll be better served doing the waxing when it's off the car than when it's actually assembled.
How's your car doing since you got it back?
Nice. And I'll tell you something that's very interesting. The clutch it used to have was very tight. Very seemed to almost grip too much. So much so that when I had my hip replaced and my mate needed to drive it just for a couple of bits, he even passed comment that it was a pretty full-on clutch. And the new clutch is not. And as such, I can't help but think, don't know, can't prove, that the first clutch may not have been put in correctly. It's a second-hand car. Maybe they put in or refreshed the clutch, but because it wasn't done properly, it burnt rather quickly, if you follow me. Now, I could be full of shit on that suggestion.
How long had you had it before it went out?
A year?
A year?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well,
Now, granted, second-hand car. It's not a brand spanker. But you would have thought it was something that you were going to, if you're going to sell from a yard, that the clutch should be checked.
well, true. I mean, this car we have, the slave owner went out on it after having it about a year and a half, and that's what gives you your clutch pedal so you can change gears.
Now, all of that said, much nicer on the gear changes, unsurprising, and it also is one thing I find curious, because the Subaru XV has the same gearbox as the Rex, WRX. Now, before, you wouldn't have thought so. Now, I can actually hear it.
Oh, really?
Which further makes me speculate as to, I'm reckoning that the first clutch there was something going on. But again, chances of proving, nil.
Yeah. I mean, it is hard to say.
Even then, it would need to be intentional for me to be able to take that to consumer affairs. You know, if it's an unintentional human error thing,
yeah, that's like,
and that's it. That's all there is for that. So at this stage, I am really happy to be driving again. I'm much happier in my car. So yeah, I'll have these side panels varnished today. I'm going to get this color finished today, off stream, because I want to move on to other shit tomorrow. Now, I shall give you, good gentlemen, some solo time.
hello.
Okay, we'll start with you, Bassman. All right.
I've been detailing the chassis on the 57 Chevy Nomad. Got the gas tank, exhaust, the mufflers, the drive shaft, the front suspension.
Nice. It's looking very pretty.
Yeah, getting there. It's just kind of weird how the one for the 65
Yeah.
is. I mean,
Same, effectively.
yeah.
Ha!
That's crazy, right?
That is quite yeah.
Looks nice though.
Thanks, sir. I appreciate that. The only thing I didn't do was highlight the front suspension like I did on this one. I didn't do it on the PTO. But I just thought that was so weird. I mean, every detail, every little detail.
It's pretty much that goes there, and it's the same.
Yeah, kind of cool.
That's what I've been. There used to be a clothing chain over here called Suzanne's. Oh, hey, Red Wagon, how you doing? And the big line was, this
Oh,
goes
Red
with that
Dragon.
at Suzanne's. You could do that with those undercarriages. This goes with that. What you been up to,
David.
David?
Put some chrome around the edges of there and done some tinkering
Oh,
bits
yeah.
and pieces.
Yeah, nice.
Because I got these today. Oh, that's wicked.
There we go. Ah,
Nice.
cool.
Yep. They'll bring you much joy.
Timu.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Timu's got some good stuff. Good deal.
yeah. I even got some gold ones as well.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Cool.
nice. Auto modeler mag. Nice one. I'm talking to someone on Twitch, guys. Red Wagon, we're just about to wind up because, yeah, right. Apparently, the top modeler top 10 mags, auto modeler mag top 10 models edition came out. So, yeah, that could be interesting to check out, actually, to see what they recommend as builds. Although we have many already lined up, of course. Now, we'll go to group viewing. There we go. Now, oh, hang on, a bit of focus would be handy here. There we go. I can even see myself again. Who would have thought that? All righty. Well, thanks everyone for watching. We appreciate it. First-time viewers, now you know what I'm going to suggest. Follow, like, or subscribe. It's a very simple equation now.
Follow, like,
yes,
subscribe.
man's giving you the gesture. You know what to do. Okay, now tomorrow. Let's give out other platforms first. I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. Follow, like, or subscribe. Now, tomorrow is Friday. We're going to start early again because I'm going to have to do the Boogaloo early again. So we'll start at this same sort of one day I am going to learn the dance steps to the Boogaloo just so that I can actually say, I'm going to do the Boogaloo, then I can maybe actually do it. Anyway, the point being that, yes, we'll be back on tomorrow. Same kit time, same kit channel. I'll catch you good people then. See you.
Bye.
There.
Turn.